Very good evening to all of you. And first of all, I thank all of you for taking time out of your Saturday weekend evening instead of spending their girlfriends or wives or kids to come and see a guy like me. So I'm honored and at the same time flattered. I'll try to speak in other languages also. Although I know Hindi, Gujarati, I don't have confidence because for the last so many years I've been talking English whenever I speak. But I will try to make an attempt, so I also enjoy that in the process. First of all, when Aslam Bhai called me up and he said that I have to come here and talk on branding, I got a shock of my life. Because I just can't believe that I have to come to Surat or Gujarat and talk about branding. All brands across India, across the world have been made famous, and the startups have only been from Gujarat and Marwar. So what the hell, or what do you say in most times, what the fuck am I going to talk of branding to Gujaratis? When the branding has been done, you take Piram, you take Reliance, you take Adani, you take Basha Masala, you take Everest, you take any brand. It's only by Gujarati and Marwari. So what a South Indian guy like me is going to come and talk of branding. So I might mislead you, I might misguide you, so tolerate me. But I share the knowledge that I have, which I will share it elsewhere. And when you share your knowledge with me, I'll improve myself. I said all the mistakes I've made for 40 years, I could get it corrected in 2 hours, but I spent with wonderful guys here. Okay? You read my name, right? And now you read my name, Dani, sir. Why? Because you have come to learn for branding. The minute I said Dayanand, Chandravarti, you know, some pompous guy going to wear a jacket and come in here, and there's going to be distance, you're not going to have any relationship whatsoever. This guy's going to come and give some gang, bore us probably, and tell us something which we don't already know. But when I come, and when my name is Danny, sir, and when they all call me Danny, I come to you all and I become friendly with you. Although I still maintain that distance. That's what a brand, that's how I've done my branding. Wherever I go, as she said, we are very friendly because once a funny incident took place the night before I came here. My ticket was booked at the last minute. I realized that the one who has done the booking changed my gender to a female in the ticket. So I called her, I said, what do I do when you have changed my gender altogether? All that I've got to do is, she said, what I got to go. I said, don't worry, I've just gone to the beauty parlor, I'm going to do makeover and come over here. Or I dress as it is, they put me in the ladies' compartment, I have a great time with all the ladies around. So they said, none of those things happened, unfortunately. Early in the morning I came and this Saturday Shatabdi and I came here. You know, the important part is, we talk about the branding then and branding now. Okay? It has gone through a lot of changes. The point is, some of the most basic behavior of human being hasn't changed. Our buying motives have not changed. The greatest motivating force on the earth is sex and money. It still remains. Right? I'll give you a simple example. Right? I'll just give you an example of lamp. You tell me what the product is. And that one ad made a difference to that particular brand. They said, after you get married, kiss your wife in all the places she has not been kissed before. After you get married, kiss your wife in all the places she has not been kissed before. What is it? What would be the product? And don't tell me funny thoughts in your mind. What am I going to do after I get married? Where all have I not kissed her? Can I kiss her in all those places? All those are coming to your mind. Dirty minds, no. That's most basic human instinct. But the brand is travel agency. Take your wife to Darjeeling and kiss her. Take your wife to Simla and kiss her. Take your wife to Effort and kiss her. Everybody thought naughty things. And if you have not thought of naughty things, get yourself examined. Because it was basic. This was basic, right? So branding is ultimately you decide the communication. You decide, you're first to decide this is my product, who it is meant for, who it is meant for, how am I going to talk, what am I going to talk, how should I talk so that I speak, not I, the brand speaks from the bottom of its heart to the person to whom it's meant for. Because only then there's a connection that's established. If I have a product for a female, a housewife, non-stick cooker or non-stick vessel, the product has to talk exactly the way the female speaks to the other female. Just the way she complains, okay, because I have so and so vessel, this is what's happening. The other woman tells her, why don't you go and buy this non-stick vessel? Why? Because only she trusts the other woman. So my brand, the language of my brand, or what you call this tone of voice, has to be such that it's a product talking to the bottom of its heart, or it's two friends, male or female, talking to each other over dinner. Neither sermonizing, not educating, but it's a common conversation. So that is what does happen? You establish a very strong relationship between the brand and that particular product. So I'll take you through two interesting stories before I do this. Many of you probably, I think, must have anybody heard of a restaurant called Purohit's, which was there once upon a time in Bombay, opposite Devon Stadium? Anybody? Only one. Okay. I tell you, till about 1994, there was not a single Gujarati on the surface of the earth who has not visited Purohit restaurant. You ask any family, ask your parents, ask your grandparents, they say yes, Purohit is a landmark. It was a landmark in Bombay. In 90s, just beginning of the 93, 94, almost 90, because of whatever family disputes or whatever it is, it had shut down. And then it was reopening. When it was and as it was reopening at that point of time, they called the agency, they said, Purohits are reopening. Please give an ad saying that Purohits are reopening. Is that enough? Now you see the ad and I've explained. Clients gave us so famous, why don't you just advertise, why don't you say Purohit's reopen? Now I'll give you those two because nobody raised hands when I said Purohit's. I'll give you the background of Purohit's, and which we also had to find out at that point of time. Purohit's was one of the oldest restaurants in Bombay. It was the only restaurant at a particular point of time serving Gujarati thali. There was no other restaurant in Gujarati thali. It was the only restaurant next to Taj, gave food in silver plates, silver bowls, silver spoons, because there were honest people living in Bombay. Where even steel spoons they dropped. You can imagine that they were serving food in silver plates, silver bowls, silver spoons, and even nothing was getting stolen at that point of time. It became a landmark because anybody who wanted to make a living would first, when he come to Bombay, would get on at Bombay Central, and he knew that most of the people who have come earlier have been saturated and located in Bhuleshwar and Gilgam and all those areas. All the wadis, the Pannala Wadi, Ram Wadi, they're so famous, and today they are there. Those who built an empire, like in Mofatlas you say, or you say here, Roop Sangam, Kalaniketan, Ilpun Bindis, they all came and lived. The forefathers who came and lived in buildings in the rooms there where Charles Pannala Terrace had something like 370 families living there. Now, if they came Bombay, if at all they ever wanted to send anything back home, they would go to Purohit restaurant because they knew that somebody or the other going back home by Gujarat Express or Gujarat Mail that time from 9 o'clock still starts to Bombay Central. He would hand over that material and he knew it would be delivered home. Anything he wanted to deliver it, then he knew that all that he has to do is he'll find somebody or the other and that will be delivered home. But then as the Bombay started growing, They also, I mean, they also had wives, they also had children. Puroi became a place, a meeting place. Puroi became a meeting place. So much so that, now suppose somebody's son has to get married to another person's daughter. Instead, if a girl from another building is brought, all 370 families in Pannala Terrace would know that this girl has come from Ramgarh. People would like to keep that as a secret till the whole thing is finalized. So Puroi also became a place of a meeting place. The boy's parents would bring a boy, the girl's parents would bring a girl. This is the girl, this is the boy, get married, and they all had to say yes, because they had no choice at that time. It was a formality that that was all in Purois could be done. But Bombay grew as the time went by, and what happened was the parents, because they prevailed upon the kids to reopen Purohits again. They have only given this information. I have this information, we have to take this information. And because I have been to put a number of years a meeting place for us also, once upon a time, when we were just passing out of colleges and stuff, and working, if you ever wanted to eat, that was one of the places. Now I'll show you the ads. Our restaurant opened in 1928. No wonder the British are so adamant to leave. One of the oldest eateries in Bombay has reopened. Retaining its old world values of wholesome, satisfying vegetarian food, offering thalis and North Indian cuisine which has forever charmed Mumbai. We brought in Gujarati food decades ago. Obviously what followed was Gujarati migration. One of the oldest eateries in Bombay. This one remains the same. Initially the railway line would run all the way to Colaba. Soon after the restaurant opened, it would go no further than Churchgate. Okay. So there's a rumor in it. And whom is the ad talking to? My question is, whom is the ad, whom is the brand talking to? Purohit is a brand. Whom is it talking to? What is the target audience I'm asking?
Gujaratis.
Why Gujaratis? It is nostalgia. It's talking to all the people who were missing, all the people who had spoken about Purohit so highly to their children. Those who had heard about Purohit, it once again talking to them with the humor. Instead of Purohits had reopened. You created a humor in all the three acts. That's what we call the store of voice, because that's what makes it interesting, because it brings memories back, it brings nostalgia back. Actually, is this a fact? No, but that's how we have put it. Our restaurant opened in 1928, no wonder Britishers were adamant here. They are saying the British stayed here 20 years. We say that because of Purohits they stayed here for 20 years. There's a humor that has been talking to the ads. So that means and the ads appeared only in English. The ads appeared only in English because that was the kind of crowd that we were tapping into, and they would anyway communicate it to all the others. They found, तभी उनको पता चला कि the Bombay has changed a lot. Most of the corner पे जो ईरानी restaurants थे वो सब चले गए थे. ईरानी restaurants आने के बाद सब hotels आ गए, वहाँ Udupi restaurants had come. Udupi restaurants had come, and they found that a lot of hotels को सब bar का license मिल गया था. The younger generation of Gujarati boys, they had got to time. The Mithin Chakravarti had become very popular. Discourse of the discourse had come. तो and बहुत सारे restaurants में गुजराती खाना मिलने लगा. So Purohit का popularity चले गई थी. Hackers had come in, so many बाकी के restaurants भी आ गए थे. So at that point of time, the children of the owner said, "We will change this hotel. We will give it a will. We also have a permit or Indian summer." Now Indian summer is there. Everybody must have seen opposite church. It's still there. Now here are the ads you see. Just see the ads for Indian summer. Introducing a buffet for those who like going to bed early, 4 AM for instance. After some entertainment करते हुए बैठते सोते थे 4 बजे सोते थे, early to bed, early to. What to do when you get hungry in bed? Where to unbuckle your belt tonight? Satisfy your girlfriend before dropping her home. So what do you have to say? Whom is the ad? किसके साथ बहुत करेंगे?
Late night event.
Well, young guys, I can't go and talk to my father. You know, I can't buckle a bill tonight. You know how to satisfy a girlfriend. I'm not talking to elder people. I'm talking to a young generation which is going out. What I'm क्या बताना चाहता हूँ कि when you want to communicate about your brand, first identify the target audience. Precisely identify करो. तो तुम्हारा language उनको जो बोलना है, वो जो सुनना है, वहाँ कभी भी मेल नहीं होगा. उसको तुम्हारा brand में क्या आपको देना चाहते हो, उसको कभी नहीं समझेगा. फर्स्ट ये सोच, मैं बोल रहा हूँ सब यंगस्टर्स को जो रात को डिस्को में जाते हैं, बाप का पैसा उड़ा रहे हैं और डांस करने के बाद डिस्को में खाना महंगा मिलता है, तो चलो यहाँ क्या बुफे खाओ सस्ते में मिलेगा. इसकी पॉपुलैरिटी इतनी हो गई कि बहुत क्राउड होने लगा होटल के बाद. सो द फाइनल एड वाज एक्सपेरिमेंट विद स्टैंडिंग पोजीशन टुनाइट. हिंदी वाले खड़े खड़े मजा करो. Right? So it has double meaning. The point is, it became very popular. मैं इतने बताना चाहता हूँ कि when you're creating a brand, when you're building a brand, first identify whom you're going to, किसके साथ किसके लिए वो brand आपको बना, तो किसके साथ क्या बात करना चाहिए. ये वही होटल खाली जगह इंडियन साउंड बना है और मैं कोई young कर मैं कोई elderly को बुला नहीं रहा. Because this was the crowd, वो पैसे खर्चा कर रहे हैं, उनके पास पैसा उड़ाने के लिए था. पेरेंट्स में कॉन्शियस नहीं, हम इतने मेहनत करके पैसा क्या है, मैं आया कुछ लेके नहीं आया था, मैंने इतना कमाया है. Kids were not thinking that money had come so easily. People had moved from another terrace to a better road at APC road. Their children had money. So I was talking to them. My place is the same. जगह वही रही. My communication change हो गया क्योंकि मैं वो crowd attract कर रहा था जो पैसा उड़ाने के लिए सोचता नहीं था. मेरा काम हो गया. Basic point is यदि आप brand जब बनाना है तो फर्स्ट सोचोगे किसके साथ मुझे बात कर रहे हैं. नाम भी वैसे ही दो तो वो नाम उनको अच्छा लगे, वो नाम से वो एसोसिएट कर सके. So now we will go to theoretically. I just showed this particular ads to you to understand that this is one of the communication that we need to do. Brand encapsulate a whole range of communication, learning, history, feeling about a product or company with a simple name and logo. आपको कोई भी लोगो आप देखते हैं तो आपके इमीडिएटली मन में क्या विचार है, क्या आप सपोज आपने देखा रिलायंस का लोगो तो आपके मन में क्या इमेजेस तैयार होते हैं.
What it represent, वो क्या represent करता है.
हाँ. And what is the image? What's your feeling? Petrochem. What else?
Its name. You are into the logo.
Beside the logo, what is your emotional connection with Reliance?
Dhirubhai Ambani.
Yes, and what else?
He's a Gujarati.
Of course. So you're proud.
Yeah.
Pride is there. The point is, if अगर वहाँ Reliance की कार है, ऐसा समझिए वहाँ Reliance का pant and shirt if Reliance is selling. And if Tatas are selling pant and shirts, whose pant and shirt will you go and buy? Reliance or Tatas? Why? Trust. Reliance, you did not say trust. But Tatas, you says trust. Confidence. Right? You don't have Reliance will make you rich, but you don't go and buy any. You buy shares of Reliance, but you don't buy products from Reliance. Reliance को बहुत पैसा देगी, बाकी कुछ नहीं दे सकती. But Tata's, that is the power of brand. That one logo, ये टाटा है, या मैं खरीदूंगा, मैं सोचने का जरूरत नहीं है. Reliance में आगे जाते हैं, वेस्टर्न में जब वो काम मिलेंगे, Reliance ठीक है. But when you buy, why? That is what I am saying is that's the entire summation, the feeling that is created by that one simple logo. But to create वो आपको feeling create करने के लिए बहुत मेहनत है. Overnight नहीं होता है. But years and years go off to create that. आपका तो patience है और आपको लगता है मेरा brand वहाँ जाना है, तो मेहनत जो करनी पड़ती है इन ऑल रिस्पेक्ट्स बहुत है, बट इट्स नॉट डिफिकल्ट। और ऐसा भी नहीं है कि टू मेक दैट पर्टिकुलर ब्रांड यू नीड लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स, इट इज नॉट ट्रू आल्सो, बोथ द थिंग्स। Only thing is, as we go ahead, we realize what is basically required if you want to make a brand popular, if you want to make a brand successful. Money is not the criteria. The beauty soap, लक्स फिल्मी सितार का मनपसंद सौंदर्य साबुन, 80 साल से वही स्लोगन चला है। हेल्दी सोप, लाइफ बॉय है जहां तंदुरुस्ती है वहां 115 years, the same thing is going on. Freshness soap, come alive with freshness, little. The moisturizing soap, Dove. Correct? What is the, in English language, article? Soap, common noun. Lux is a brand name, or is a proper name, or you call it brand name. What is beauty, health, freshness, and moisturizing?
It's a feeling. Feeling.
It's an adjective. विशेषण बोलते हैं, तो विशेषण है। In advertising, we call that proposition when you're branding it. To arrive at वो विशेषण या proposition पे आने के लिए सबसे कठिन काम जो है वो proposition पे आने का। आज वो एक proposition पे तुम्हारा brand 80 साल चल रहा है। It is tough to come to this, but you can come to this. It's not impossible. Tough is different issue. It is not impossible. You can come to it if you go through proper process. तो हेल्दी सोप, लाइफ बॉय का तुम से आप 115 साल से वही सुन रहे हो, सब वही खरीद रहे, इवन ए ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर आल्सो वेंट फॉर हेल्दी सोप, आई वांट लाइफ बॉय। और वो जो ब्रांड तुम्हारे सिर में नाम बिठा है, इट्स इनटेलिजिबल। दूसरा कोई भी आके कुछ भी करे, पत्थर भी मारेगा तुम्हारा नाम, जैसे फिल्मी सितारों का सौंदर्य साबुन दूसरा कोई हो ना सकता, और 100 साल कुछ भी होने दो, इट इज इनटेलिजिबल इन योर माइंड। दैट्स द पावर ऑफ ब्रांड, दैट्स द पावर ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन, ओनली इफ यू अराइव एट अ प्रॉपर प्रोपोजिशन। You have to arrive at a proper proposition to create that particular brand. And then how on it? Second proposition was after I. The brand must, the product must deliver the promise that the brand is making. So how beautiful it is. If it doesn't, I'll give you a simple example. आपने सुना है एक शैम्पू था जो नफीसा अली ने बहुत पॉपुलर किया, करने की कोशिश की। That was no more tears shampoo. You know, have you heard of it? तो no more tears shampoo को इन्होंने करोड़ों रुपए खर्च कर, लाखों रुपए खर्चा कर और ब्रांड उनको निकालना पड़ा। जॉनसन एंड जॉनसन वो रिसर्च करके उन्होंने वो ब्रांड मार्केट में डाला, रिसर्च मार्केट में डाला, और मगर वो नाम प्रोडक्ट फेल हो गया। वो एड में नफीसा अली looked so sexy because she was bold enough to come in swimsuit. Okay, it was not two-piece swimsuit as Lionel did it, that Karen did it. It was not two-piece swimsuit, but whatever it is, because of her, and she had become Miss Asia something that time, Nafisa Ali. तो और no more tears shampoo launch हो गया, तो no more shampoo, Johnson Johnson had to withdraw, लाखों रुपए खर्च हो गए। फिर रिसर्च करने को पता चला कि proposition क्या था कि वो शैम्पू लोग मार्केट कर रहे थे सब for all ladies above the age of 18, right? And not a single girl or a lady believed in it because साबुन भी आँख में जाएगा, आँख जलती है, अब ये शैम्पू आँख में जाएगा, आँख नहीं जलती है, मेरे सिर पे बालों पे क्या काम करेगा, क्या डैंड्रफ हटाएगा, ऐसा बकवास है, इसलिए कोई भी वो शैम्पू खरीदा नहीं। ब्रांड फेल्ड। अब अगर आप सेम शैम्पू दूसरी बॉटल में आपको मिल रहा है, जॉनसन बेबी शैम्पू, एवरी मदर इज कंसर्न कि मेरे बच्चे को कुछ होना नहीं चाहिए, राइट? शैम्पू में कुछ बदली नहीं किया है, पैकेजिंग बदली किया है, proposition change किया, no more tears shampoo आप हो गया Johnson baby shampoo, आप ले लें सब, हाँ?
Target audience बदल गया।
हाँ, and proposition change. Similarly, a wonderful case study. आपने श्रृंगार बिंदी सुना होगा? He was the first one to brand it and make it popular. उसका confidence इतना है, उसने पहला काम चालू किया था कांदी में झोपड़पट्टी से, वहाँ से वो Tibetan Empire, बंगला वगैरह, आपके लोग came up with one of the most famous product. Before L'Oreal and all came here in India, it was tips and toes. पता है tips and toes, nail enamel, and it became a hit because कोई competition भी नहीं था. There was no competitor for it.
First mover. First mover.
Beg your pardon?
First mover.
Yes. And others were all small step pharmaceuticals and all that. मगर उसको वो confidence से सोचा कि I must also launch a lipstick. I must also launch a lipstick. So he launched a lipstick called Kiss and Tell lipstick. You know, तो पता है? और वो launch किया lipstick Kiss and Tell lipstick after doing research. So research किया, almost 63% of the ladies said that Kiss and Tell lipstick is a superb name. They would love to have this particular lipstick. When they spent 45 lakhs, and at the end of the year, the company realized that the lipstick जा ही नहीं रहा. भाई लिपस्टिक खरीद ही नहीं रहे. Why? लिपस्टिक कोई खरीद ही नहीं रहा. And double spread ad, and we enjoyed doing that work because we had to look for beautiful girls with beautiful lips and take the photographs. The young age में किसको मजा नहीं आएगा? अभी भी आते हैं, लोग कहते हैं. Yes, why the product failed?
Slogan was wrong. Slogan was wrong.
No, the research, they liked the name, but the situation analysis was wrong because in late 70s and early 80s, the society was not so progressed. And secondly, if she wants to come and ask a lipstick to me, a shop name, and she said, "Uncle, give me a kiss and tell," I said, "I'll kiss you." Is it not? So how a girl would come and ask for the product? Department stores to make. How a girl would come and ask for that particular lipstick? It was just not going because there was an inhibition of going and asking for that particular product. So once again, the whole damn thing failed. So the point is, identify your target audience and be very realistic about the proposition that you go about. What is the logo? Logo is the face of the company. It's the first contact point of the consumer with the brand. But company is the entity. Logo, that is the identity. With the logo, you identify everything. The role of a logo is to provide visual identification and recognition for a company or brand. I just give you examples. Say Nike, say Reebok, any. You identify Shopper Stop. You identify from that particular logo. And secondly, you build a relationship with that particular brand. So the relationship we build करते हो. The name may be simple. The ideas underpinning brands and the different ways in which the brands are used are both complex and multifaceted. Why I like this particular brand? Why I like this particular font? Only you decide within yourselves. Only you like it within yourselves. But that creates a sense of confidence. And it also tells you who you are. I mean, a lot of people are very proud. अगर Shopper Stop bag में जाके shopping करते हो तो then you say it's a status. You can get the same thing in Parichai also. But are you so proud to show the bag of Parichai to anybody? You are not, because you believe that it makes a statement. Where I go and shop makes a statement, and that defines what I am. When I go to go and meet a client, you will not keep Reynolds, you will keep Parker and go. We are going to go and take down the same notes. We are going to write the same thing. We are going to, but then suddenly, nobody asks you what specs you are wearing. But you say, I have gone and bought this specific item, or I have gone and bought this particular specs on XYZ. जिसको पता है मैं कहाँ से specs लिया है. But for you, in your heart, your self-worth raises because you feel that you belong to that particular club. Nobody asks you what trouser you are wearing. You say, no, but I wear Arrow, or I wear Solly, or I wear Kanali. I wear Kanali suit costing ₹1,00,000. Cheapest suit costs ₹1,00,000. Kanali. So you still wear that. Nobody knows what's the price. But you feel self-worth. Why? It's just that particular fact that logo has made a difference. It's because the name may be simple, the ideas undermining brands and different ways in which the brands are used are both complex and explain more difficult how it is done, but the process can take you when you decide to launch a brand. Why do brands matter? I just explained, brands have become important drivers of growth for any organization, goods or service. If tomorrow you come to my place, or suppose I give you a black, dark color liquid and ask you to drink, you will not drink. If you give a dark color liquid, your mother-in-law shall not touch it. Poison there I can. But when you say Coke, attitude changes. Just the name has made a difference. Because again, self-drivers can make that. The brand has made such a lot of difference to us at every stage. And how we position it also makes a difference. We say Atiti Devo, anybody, so much so that even if a daily neighbor, a next door neighbor, you don't allow him to go unless at least it sips up water. So guess how आप ठंडा गर्म लोगे is a common thing that you ask, is it not? आपको लेना ही पड़ेगा, ऐसे कैसे जा सकते? ले मुझ पर से, you give something hot and cold. Now that situation, आपको ठंडा was used very well by the brand creators of Coke. They said that we should arrive at one single proposition that I just told you about proposition. Cold should be synonymous with Coke and Coke should be synonymous with cold. यानी जब भी कोई cold बोले उसके दिमाग में घंटी बजी सकती है Coke और कोई Coke उसके दिमाग में ठंडा दिमाग में घंटी ऐसी बजी चाहिए और that particular premise they built है ठंडा मतलब Coca-Cola. I made it famous. They had to withdraw the campaign not because the campaign was bad. Power prices were so much so कि many places 10-12 घंटे electricity नहीं थी तो आपको ठंडा कोक नहीं मिलता सर मुझे ठंड कोक झूठ बोलते हैं इसके लिए कोक विड्रॉ करना होता है they had withdraw that campaign ऐसा नहीं कि वो campaign was not good the brand did not live the promise did not live because of situations that might affect your brand but the point is it was a very good idea coke should be synonymous with cold and cold should be synonymous with coke जब भी आप कोक बोलेगा तो ठंडा ही आपको जब ठंडा बोलेगा तो आपके दिमाग में कोक की घंटी बजनी चाहिए so the main reason consumers flock to some brands and ignore others is that behind the brand stands an unspoken promise of value. We just said Tata is unspoken promise of value, trust, faith, confidence, quality, guarantee, stands. Reliance is it does stand. A brand is a promise that the product will perform as per customers' expectations because you expect a brand to live with it. It is durable. Once upon a time, everybody went for Nokia. Today you don't go for Nokia. Today you go for Samsung. First thought that comes to your mind because you have so much expectation that you always found Samsung has lived up to your expectations. It is not that. A brand helps make a mark and differentiate a goods or service from other in marketplace. A strong brand makes the people aware of what the company represents, about the different offerings of the company. Brands help customers to connect to the product or service on emotional level. We all have emotional connect with brands. We are so particular about what we wear at every stage of our lives. We are very particular. We may admit it, we may not admit it, but it happens as second nature. If you are used to Colgate as a place, you want Colgate in December. If you are used to Wagh Bakri Chai in the morning, you don't want society tea. If you order tea from Ahmedabad with some specialties, people tell me that it's not masala, only one person makes it. You only want that to say, no, our home mein 8 star chai, is it not? That's the connection that we have. Brands help customers kind of product and service on emotional. That's the emotional connect that we have with the brand. And we are emotional people. So all ads where there is slice of life commercial. You take some event or the other from the life. Coke I explained you some event or the other from the life. Public आते घर जाते बोलते कि आपको ठंडा गर्म लोगे तो आप लोग take some part of your day-to-day existence, build it into that particular communication for our brand. It sticks in your mind, it sticks in your heart because you relate emotionally to that particular brand. You are proud to show your arrow A on the shirt or man you said a Levi's jeans expensive, so you want to show it. We are not so proud to show spike girls. Is it not? The emotional connect was built over the years. The emotional involvement, mark of association, moment of choice, mark of assurance, mark of strength. These things happen. That's the pyramid. First, it's a specification. This is Nike moment. It assuring me of the quality that I've been looking for. That's the moment of choice. I'm going to take the choice and buy that. My association with that particular brand is I want to project myself. I belong to Raymond's Club. I'm a complete man. It doesn't mean that if you don't have, you're incomplete. So the point is, first thought that comes to mind, that is an emotional involvement. You have emotional involvement with the brands. So BMW, what is the image you have of BMW? A lot of people have been. What is it that you think of BMW when you see BMW? And a person is using BMW.
Rich. was PLE.
Huh?
Royal.
Royal and
German company.
yes, it's German company. But what about the user? What do you think of him? Huh?
Driving.
Speed.
What do you think of a person who drives? What do you think of as a character? Not the driver I'm talking about, the person who actually drives. I'm not asking the chauffeur who's driving it. The person who owns it. What do you think of him?
Brand.
And apart from a rich guy,
He is a trustable guy.
apart from he also he's rich, he's got status, he's got class, all that you start thinking about it. Because he's got BMW. You're not thinking the same thing about a person if I go tomorrow in Wagoner. Right? It's different. But when I say tomorrow if I come here and say that yes, I have come in BMW, BMW is because that way of looking at a person changes, is it not? So many things happen only with the logo. You look at it. So how important it is to first arrive at a very good logo. It's very much important. It builds a connect. Dettol, there's a sword which is there. It's 80-year-old brand. They're not changing the name. Company has changed. And there's always a rationale behind every brand name. It's not just mere naam dene ka naam dene aisa nahi hota hai. Just as your name has a rationale, my name has a rationale. My name is Dayanand. They kept not because my parents felt that my name should be Dayanand. The day I was born, they asked the astrologer and showed me a horoscope. Horoscope just saying if you give this person name Dayanand, deep, he'll be a lucky guy, good guy, etc., etc. So my name is Dayanand. Similarly, death to all germs is Dettol. Dettol. Death to all germs. Dettol. That's thinking. There's a thought mode behind it. And you associate. You may remember, you may not remember. But for the company, that is the thought. That's the effort that's got. And therefore, how do I show it in the past? I showed it with the sword. Nirvana jewelry. Tanishq. Nakshatra. You have different images. You might get the same design all the places. Price will be different. Tanishq will charge you higher because my brand value is higher. My brand equity is higher. Coca-Cola. Lifebuoy. Lifebuoy. Can anybody just read the name and tell me what is the rationale? Very simple it is.
B-O-U-Y.
Yeah. What is that?
By the line.
Hygienic.
Then hygiene. What is? It's summation. That is Lifebuoy.
Lifebuoy है जहाँ तंदुरुस्ती है.
बहुत भाई. 115 साल से वही बोल रहे हैं. Buoyancy. It lifts your life. It buoys your life. It lifts your life. Buoyancy is lifting your life, lifting somebody. It lifts your life. It lifts your life healthily. That's for Lifebuoy. That's the rationale. You might say, I have not understood. Those who understand will understand it. For the company, we have got to live to this particular promise that we must give that to it. So there is a commitment which stands behind that particular logo and a brand. It's committed. आपकी मेहनत करके वो ब्रांड को वहीं रखनी है, वही इमेज देने के लिए. भले सबको समझे नहीं समझे, मगर उसका जो इफेक्ट जो मिलता है उसको, that is what everybody, and that's how the brand gets created. So at its lowest level, the brand is simply an identifying mark to distinguish the product from alternative competitors. Normally at this point, simple level, there is an implicit statement of specifications. Explain kiya hai aapko. I just run through this. At the next level becomes a mark of assurance. Food mark Nestle will achieve a minimum standard of quality at least. Products of Tata will have certain level of reliability. Moving up another step, the brand starts to represent moments of choice. Are you thirsty? Then think Coke. Want to feel fresh? Think related, come alive, freshness, related soap. The brands are immediately under your consideration. You start thinking. Or moments of mood or both, moments of choice and mood. Enjoy coffee in CCD. Anything can happen over coffee. At the next step, the brand provides mark of association or connection, a badge of club that the individual wants to be associated with. Here the consumer starts making some form of emotional connection with the brand, and to use the brand to establish a self-image to other people. So you want to create an image, you want to create an impression. So you wear those particular brands specifically. I am the Apple user cup. RY Nike. I did Economic Times. Some post. That's how I decide. This is what I am. So each one of you is also a brand. Each one of you, the other person also a brand. The way you dress, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, the way you speak, and what you wear represents you. And when somebody says, "What's your name?" Your name is so and so. Okay, I know. Because behind my back, I immediately see you. I see that person in the same form. When you increase this association with the brand to a point of emotional involvement, then the brand starts to represent who the individual wants to be and the types of feelings and emotions that a person wants to have and display. The brand is me. This is my brand. I wear labels. I'm a complete man. This is a definition. The American Association defines brand as a name, term, symbol, or design, or combination of them intended to identify the goods or services of one seller or a group of sellers, and to differentiate them from those of competitors. A simple definition. Because brand identifies seller or a maker. We can also view brand as a relationship. The brand reflects a relationship between the buyer and the product, and so indirectly the supplier. This relationship, like all of us, are based on trust, fulfillment of promise, and common values. This brand will deliver these features and those emotional benefits to you. When we see subsequently how small brands are built big up, this will be clear to you that the efforts that you need to put into building a brand, which is not, it has nothing to do with the quantum of money you got to spend. So far, we are not talking about money in it. So far, I have always been making understand your target audience. Decide who this particular ये product किसके लिए है, वो product क्या चाहती है, उसकी इच्छा क्या है, वो life में क्या ढूंढता है. Give that, वो पैसे ना उसको दो, उसके पीछे वही feelings रखो, personally get attracted to that. तो जब एवरेस्ट बहुत पॉपुलर हो गया, सर्वे किया था, टेस्ट में बेस्ट मम्मी और एवरेस्ट, बिकॉज कुछ भी होगा तो अगर इवन आफ्टर मैरिज, after 20 years of marriage, you say, "My वाक खाना मतलब घनी खाबला था," and the wife will get angry. Is it not? We always like that food that a mother has given. And because they said, if we write this, the brand will be popular. It gives you mother's taste, and that has worked tremendously well for Everest. Identify. हम ये लिखेंगे तो बहुत अच्छा होगा. Case में best, mummy and Everest. Absolutely true. My mummy's food is the best. Whatever my wife might do. She said, I put so much of effort. After 36 years, you still like your mother's food. I said yes. माँ का taste नहीं है. मेरे grandmother का taste में मेरी माँ का. What my grandmother gave, you can't give me. What my wife gives me, I mean, it's no way compared to what my mother has given me. This is everybody's life. They say no, it's because of love, whatever it is. That's different. The point is, they have hit the nail right on the head. Taste my best, mummy or Everest. A brand is a complex symbol that can convey up to 6 levels of meaning. Attribute. A brand brings to mind certain attributes. I'm just talking about Mercedes. Mercedes suggests well-built, well-engineered, expensive, durable, high-prestige automobiles. Everybody agrees with that. Benefits. The attribute must be translated into functional and emotional benefits. The attribute durable to be translated into functional benefit. I won't have to buy another car for several years. The attribute expensive translates into emotional benefit. The car makes me feel important and admired. Values. The brand also says something about the producer's value. Mercedes stands for high performance, safety and prestige. The brand may represent certain culture. The Mercedes represents German culture, organized, efficient, high quality. Personality. The brand can project a certain personality. The Mercedes may say is no nonsense, boss person, efficient, high quality. User. The brand suggests the kind of consumer who buy the user's product. 45 or 50 year plus executive behind the wheel of Mercedes, not a 20-year-old. Right? So that's how. Is brand relationship permanent? It varies or it depends on various factors. Changing needs, changing interests, boredom, changing habits, consumers' existence and life cycle. quality standards failure, which we've seen with many products. Just now there was a controversy, there's controversy with the worms in Cadbury's. Then all the controversy that came up with your noodles, right? Not so that brand-focused companies spend a great deal of effort nurturing and developing their brands to maintain their status, value, and relevance to the relevant target audience over the long term. However, it's worth recognizing that the strongest brands have been selling the same product for more than 100 years. Coke, Marlboro Cigarettes, Balboa, Lux, IBM. Through marketing rather than product innovation. In these days of constant innovation and constant newness, searching for a better product. I just know the importance of logo that I was talking about. A brand is trusted and regularly used by consumers. The only way they can identify a genuine brand is through its logo, leading to growth in sales, market share, and profits. You agree? The brand is trusted and regularly used by consumers. The only way they can identify a genuine brand is through logo. How the logo came into existence and the brand came into existence, the history behind it. Logos were immediately known as the way in which you write the name of the company. So there were specialized fonts. Today on computer we have 3,000 fonts. In the earlier time there were hardly a few fonts. There are some people called calligraphers. So they used to create fonts, fonts devise करते थे जैसे कहीं नहीं मिलते थे. So it became an identity for that company, and then you went and got it registered. So that's how the logos came into existence. Today logos and mascots used with it together are considered as a logo. Brand, how did brand come into existence? Brand came in, America में क्या होता था कि there were these ranches होते थे और उनके पास बहुत cattle यानी horses और the buffaloes लेते थे, तो उसके चोरी हो जाती थी. बाजू वालों को इनके वहाँ 100-200 उसमें से चोरी करके भगा ले गया, horses चरा ले गया. तो वो झगड़ेगा कैसे कि वो तुमने मेरा लेके गया, हॉर्स को देख के पहचाने कैसे किसका कौन सा. तो उसके नाम, ये तो मेरा नाम सरनेम अगर विंचेस्टर है तो W करके मैं मेरे जितने हॉर्स है उसके पीठ पे मैं लगाता था, बोलता कि मैं हॉर्स को ब्रांड किया, नहीं दूसरा कोई चोरी करके लेके नहीं जाए. That became a mark of identification. That's how brand came into marketing, because this is how we can separate. And this is how we can, if we devise a special font, then it becomes all the more. So logo became a way of writing the name. McDonald's Golden Arches. McDonald's Golden Arches, a pair of stylized arches in the 50s that were a part of the standard building design of the McDonald's hamburger restaurant in Oak Brook, Illinois. When viewed from an angle, the design was reminiscent of it and was subsequently incorporated into the company's logo. The physical arches have been dropped, but golden arches continue to stand for McDonald's across the world. Right? It's anywhere, right? From one pole to the other you go, it's the same. TriStar, Mercedes, Benz. Held at a perfect separation of 120 degrees in the circle, the three pointed stars signify land, sea, air, the perfection of German engineering. You will say, you can say that I can't see land, I can't see air, I can't see sea, I can't see air, but their point is 120 degrees is so perfection that everything that we do in our company should be perfect. So that is the commitment to the consumer that whatever we do has to be perfect. Nike's push. In 1971, Phil Knight started Nike. He was hoping to find a mark as recognizable as Adidas stripes. Calvin Davidson, a student, designed the logo for $25. What was the rationale for designing swoosh? Nike is a winged goddess of victory according to Greek mythology. Nike sat at the side of Zeus, the ruler of Olympian pantheon of Mount Olympus. The Nike swoosh embodies the spirit of winged goddess. Thus, effectiveness of a logo depends on distinctiveness, visibility, usability, memorability, universality, durability, and timelessness. So when you have got to design your logo, find someone उस कॉम्पिटेंट जो कॉम्पिटेंट है डिजाइन करने में उससे ही लो। हर वक्त मेरा एक्सपीरियंस है, बोलता हूँ कि बहुत बिजनेस में क्या होता है, अरे मैं लोगो डिजाइन करने इतना पैसा खर्चा क्यों करूँ, मैं तो कंप्यूटर के कोई लोग कहते मेरे को नहीं आता है, मगर मेरी लड़की इतनी एक्सपर्ट है, वो अपनी 12वीं पास है और कंप्यूटर में इतनी अच्छी है, वो लोगों को बनाते हैं। बट नोबडी अंडरस्टैंड्स द साइंस एंड एफर्ट दैट वी नीड टू पुट। वो लोगों आप जब एडवर्टाइज करने पैसा खर्चा करोगे, ये आप सेव 2000, 3000, 10,000 रुपीज एक ऐड जब टाइम्स में करते हो, 100 cc ऐड डालते हो, इट कॉस्ट 4 लाख रुपीज। एंड इफ वो 10,000 बचा के आप 1200 में जो लोगो बनाया तो किसी को पसंद नहीं आया, तो मतलब 4 लाख रुपए खर्चा में फायदा क्या? That is penny wise competition. And everybody says, नहीं मैं तो आराम से लोगों को बोल रहा हूँ, किसी की जरूरत नहीं है। बहुत एफर्ट करना पड़ता है लोगो डिजाइन करने। लोगों की एक क्वालिटी में किया, वो 3 डायमेंशन में किया, 2 डायमेंशन में किया, कैसे भी किया, कोई से भी एंगल, कोई भी एंगल से देखा, उसका कैरेक्टरिस्टिक चेंज होना नहीं चाहिए। अगर वो 16 mm में रिड्यूस किया और 16 फुट बढ़ा किया तो भी वो वैसे ही दिखना चाहिए। दैट इज साइंस। और वो जो आर्ट स्कूल में पढ़ते हैं 5 साल, फिर अहमदाबाद स्कूल में आर्ट स्कूल को सब पता नहीं, बड़ोड़ा में MS यूनिवर्सिटी है, इन बॉम्बे आई नो देयर इज JJ स्कूल ऑफ आर्ट, देयर इज सोफा पॉलिटेक्निक, देयर इज रत्ना स्कूल ऑफ आर्ट। दे स्टडी फॉर 5 years. They study the science of fonts, they study the science of color. All across the world, branding of your McDonald's is by red color. Why? और red color क्यों use किया सबसे ज़्यादा McDonald's में?
Highlight color.
Color
highlight है. Attraction highlight.
Attraction, right? How the eye capture or anything else?
दूर से
Speed is faster of red color.
हाँ?
Speed is faster of red color. दूर से दिखता है.
दूर से दिखता है, correct? All of you are right.
Love indicator.
It's a color of love. It's a color of sex. But the point is, in biochemistry, those who have studied biochemistry will know that if we are surrounded by red color, the gastric juices increase. Yes, you eat more. You eat more when you are surrounded by red color. If you meet with an accident and you are surrounded by red color, your bleeding increases automatically. Why? That's inside our body that happens. When you are injured and when you are recuperating after the operation, you are surrounded by blue color, you recuperate faster because the color that soothes, the color that heals. So every color there is a theory. Therefore, लोगों में कौन सा कलर चाहिए, कौन से वर्ड्स चाहिए, कैसे अल्फाबेट लिखना चाहिए, that's a science. उस पर आप कॉम्प्रोमाइज मत करो। एक बार कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर लिया, तो मेरे को 5,000 रुपये मांगते मेरे को देने का नहीं है, 500 रुपये में कर सकता हूँ, मैं भी बैठ के कर सकता हूँ, कर लोगे, शायद चलेगा भी बहुत अच्छा। But if you give somebody who is master in that, you will get what you're looking for because आप brand आजकल नहीं कर रहे हो, for the next 5 years it has got to give you a lot of returns, the cumulative benefit that you get. कल उसके बाजू में तुम्हारा नाम नहीं लिखा तो भी चलेगा, मगर सिर्फ लोगो देखने से पता चल गया ये क्वालिटी का प्रोडक्ट है, ये लोगो है। That is important. So distinctiveness, visibility, usability, memorability, universality, durability and timelessness. It has to go on and on. Coke is there for 100 years. Marlboro cigarette is there for almost 100 years. Same cigarette logo है, अभी तक change नहीं हुआ. Come to where the flavor is, come to Marlboro's country. A brand personality comes alive through a logo. The consumers interact with that brand personality and experience the brand not only physically but also mentally. The logo is tremendous positive stroke to many consumers. It is thus important to have a right kind of logo, a good logo, engineers positivism. A bad logo will make you repel from that particular product. Just a brief introduction to logos. A brand encompasses at least 2 distinct areas: functional benefit, Hewlett Packard, reliability, Kodak, delivers great pictures. Emotional benefit, Sony 6C, Rolls-Royce is luxurious. To capture this emotional benefit in words, the brand can be described as having a personality. Bacardi is young female looking for a good time, whereas Chivas is upmarket, old, traditional and more defined. These are the images come to mind. If a brand were a person, what type of person would it be? Very simple. All of you have been to CCD? सब जगह CCD में गए? Yes or no?
Yes, yes.
आपका CCD में आपका experience क्या है? And what do you think CCD is apart from coffee shop? It's a place to hang out, correct? It's a place to chill out. It's a place to vibrate. It's vibrant place, right? It's noisy, right? That means it is boisterous or it is full of life, which means it is something which is young. Now suppose, for example, which today's actor would represent the replica of that characteristic? Exactly. Now you have been to barista. What's the barista's image? A serious place where we discuss something seriously. A little matured person. So there's somebody who's older. So it's too old. So you might say, okay, it's Amir Khan. So between Amir Khan and between your Ranbir Kapoor, you have space to launch another brand. You have a place to come out with a different identity for a coffee parlor. That's how. That's one of the ways people think when building a brand. देखो इस यहाँ भी जगह है. एक ये end में एक दूसरे end में. इसके बीच में मैं क्या करूँ? So many products. I'll give a simple example. But the point is, a lot of products people start thinking, what is the personality? Who's the user? Just a Mercedes. I don't think Mercedes will always be used by a person so and so, not a young crowd. And BMW used by another kind. Therefore, there's a space to launch. My car will be the same, but the way I speak about that particular car will make a person feel, I must go for this car, I speak precisely to that guy. I'm not going to talk to a young guy to go and buy that car. Running the process is a process, this you remember, because first starts with a brand name, which is the toughest to arrive at. Brand name करने के process रहता है. कोई भी product को you break it into 4 parts. Physical aspect of it, scientific aspect of it, emotional aspect of it, and intangible. You have to break the product on 4 parts. Physical aspect. Physically कैसे weight क्या है, color क्या है, smell क्या है, आवाज कैसे करते हैं, all those features. Scientific, what are the things that happen when this particular product is made, and what happens when this particular product is used, what are the benefits of it. What's the emotional benefit? Because we are all emotional beings. Human beings are emotional. Most of our decisions are from our heart and not from our head. Majority of the people. So what is the emotional benefit I am going to give to this particular person? And what's intangible? What is he going to feel? I am feeling great. Can you describe what's feeling great? I am feeling excited. Can you describe what's excited? You can't. But as intangible feeling, you come and say that. So when you break your product on these 4 parameters, and then you start writing all the emotions, तभी आपको आसान होगा brand name देने का. Brand looks, brand association, brand personality, and brand attitude. What kind of attitude this particular, my particular product should have with the user, and what kind of attitude user should have with this particular product. All of those are manageable concepts, born and brought up in the mind and hearts of consumers relate to each other in more ways than one. Building brand identity requires additional decisions. Brand's name, logo, color, tagline, and symbol. These are marketing tools and tactics. Go to a person, go to an agency who's specialized in it. It doesn't matter if it's going to cost you for the first time. But first, identify a proper agency. They give you a questionnaire. They तुमको कम से कम 25 questions देंगे तुम्हारे product के बारे में. सबका honest answer दो, तो ही वो काम कर सकेगा तुमको brand name क्या देना है, brand logo कैसे design करना है, brand logo कैसे design करना है, brand कैसे लिखना है, कौन सा symbol देना चाहिए, और उससे public को mind में क्या reaction होगी. But if you just think I'm going to put my feet up, मेरे को भी याद है चलो मैं नाम दे देता हूँ, it's not that easy. You don't do that. A brand is essentially a market promise to deliver a specific set of features, benefits, and services consistently to buyers. I'm showing this particular thing to you. Can you see this? Everybody knows about it. What is it?
Contraceptive pill.
It's a contraceptive pill, correct? Right? and with an emergency contraceptive. It became, in a very short period of time, it became a 300 crore brand. But the misuse was so much that all the lot of young girls started taking it. And after marriage, they started having habitual abortion. They could not conceive. All these problems came up. That's why the government came up and said that okay, you cannot market this product anymore. This product was available even before they were advertising it. It was known as DNC product, and many women knew that. But it was a generic product. It was not a branded product. People went and asked, and there were different companies giving you DNC. Period miss ho gaya. I don't want to have a child anyway. I have 2 kids. I'll not be able to do so. Women taking it. All those issues were there. But all young generation did not know DNC. This came and this changed the whole damn thing. Okay, and it became so rampant.